The Quench, where you ask, we answer.
Well, welcome back. This is The Quench, where you ask and we answer. And we are katika kile kipindi tunaita Chalala Salama. You know, this is now the part 2 of this of tonight's episode. And by the way, we are having many questions here from the young people. Na kuna maswali ambazo pia tunapata za wazazi kule nje, yeah? Kwa sababu there is a question inaulizwa halafu nakuta aya, this does not just touch on the young people, it touches also on our parents out there. And you are most welcome. Pale nyumbani, remember ya kwamba tuko hapa kwa sababu ya kuuliza swali ambayo wewe ungependa kuuliza lakini uko mbali. And that's why we have the audience on set. Karibuni sana, the audience on set. Karibu sana. Wow. And welcome, help me to welcome my panelists once again. Yes, welcome them. Yeah, they are wonderful people. Now we are tackling matters mental health, mental wellness. And I would like us to take another question because I know we have many questions regarding this topic. Yeah, we have a question right there at the back. Yeah, let's have, yes.
Okay, I'm Margaret.
Yes, Margaret.
My question is about the current situation, about strikes. I think they are mentally disturbed, mental health, because I think they are kind of raising their suggestions, what it is disturbing them, na ni kind of wasikizwi. So, sijui tunaweza wasaidia aje ndio wakopa hapa ama wakubali or the changes ama the pressure yenye wanapewa na walimu au wazazi, kwa wazazi pia wanaweza kuwa wanachangia kuambia nataka grades fulani, then wakikuja shule walimu pia wanasema soma mpaka wakati fulani, nataka vitu fulani. So how can we help the students and also the teachers? Yani the school fraternity yote ikue inaleta vitu positive.
Yeah, that's actually touches on what is happening right now.
Yeah.
Hayo ni mambo ambayo yanaendelea sasa hivi. About mashule. I don't know, ni kama sijui wanafunzi wataki kuona moto kidogo. Because I think wanaweza kupewa tu ruhusa waende kitchen waone moto, you know, wakipikiwa chakula. Why this crazy ya kushoma mashule?
Good question. And si hata kitu ya saa hizi, even when I was in high school, these things used to happen. Nothing is new under the sun. Yeah. The thing kuelewa ni kuwa, you know one thing about being an adolescent, kuna kitu tunasemanga daktari, an adolescent, your brain bado ina grow because your brain stops growing at the age of 25. Kumaanisha the part of your brain yenye inafaa kukusaidia make decisions, kukua rational, make proper judgments, bado haija develop. Lakini part ya brain yako yenye inahusika na emotions, that's already set. So unaona kuna hii conflict.
Yes.
Kwa sababu it means kama kuna conditions ama situations zenye haufurahishwi nazo, you feel the full breath ya hiyo kitu. And something about adolescent period especially, kuna hii kitu ya kutaka justice. Sindio? Lakini,
yes,
the part yako yenye sasa inafaa kukusaidia reason out. Justice, what does justice look like? Fine, hii kitu kunaweza kuwa there is a true problem hapa.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
Lakini kuban the whole school, ultimately si wazazi ndio watafanya wakuje?
That is true. That is true.
And if by bad luck upatikane ama upeanwe jida yako ipeanwe, isemekane you are one of the people,
you are the link reader,
that destroys not just your current, because now this one you can be tried as an adult, which means ile sentence yenye inametiwa on someone who is mature, it will be done to, which means sasa unapelekwa jela, unapoteza muda, unaona, because of just that one decision, because of something, unaona. So hii kitu kuaddress, first tunaelewa the mindset ya hawa watu, number one. And I can't say there is a clear answer, sababu this is something that has been going on for so many generations, so many years. We haven't we are still talking about it even today. Maybe our time ni vila tukwa na social media, kwa sababu social media pia ina amplify kitu.
That is true.
Sindio? Unaona like we are burning. It's so bad.
like mimi nikiwa Nakuru ama nikiwa Machakos ama nikiwa wherever I am. Naona guys tunaachwa nyuma. Look at everybody else is this thing is trending. As in we have to be somewhere within the news za Kenya.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So for me, I would say that it's not that it's a new problem. It's not that it's so bad. It's not easy pressures. These all these things, they have always been there. It's just a question you as an individual. Unajua, kujirudia na kujiuliza. Hata kama, I mean, behaving in certain ways. Na kumi mwenyewe reasoning na kufanya certain actions. Am I prepared for the consequences? Am I prepared for my future to be cut short? Am I prepared for all these things? At the same time, as teachers, you know, ikitu you have to look at it. It's a system problem. Unajua? And I am not in the habit of placing blame anywhere.
Yes.
Kwa sababu blame, there's a famous quote, blame perpetuates the sad game. So tunaeza sema it is parenting. Tunaeza sema it is the school. Tunaeza sema it is the government. But how are we solving the issue? Unajua, it's a systemic issue. There's so many layers to this thing. But to me, I would just say, for you as a student, your life is just beginning. Our people you're trying to pass a message across, they've already lived their life. Kwa hivyo we uangalie, you have a future to protect. These people wameishi part of their whatever. Kwa hivyo, even as you try to pass a message across, even as you try to address this kind of issues, just think about the future you're trying to protect.
That's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Now, well, I think daktari is important pia kwa wanafunzi kujielewa na kujua pia kule mtu ametoka, kwa sababu I think some of the people ambao wanafanya hivi, it is so that they may fit in maybe some groupings. Yeah, ni kama you are trying to fit in. For example, unakuta mwanafunzi, maybe when I was in when nikiwa mwanafunzi nikiwa shule, possibly singeweza kuingia kwa such groupings sana, kwa sababu nilikuwa na shida ya fees sana. By that time nilikuwa na challenge ya fees. Yeah, so ukiwa na challenge ya fees, every other time you are on your way home. Kila wakati uko unaelekea nyumbani. So ukirudi, you don't even have time kuweza kufit into a certain grouping, kwa sababu you know you are not their class. That is one. Kuna mwingine naye hafukuzwi, lakini anakuja na ingiana to a certain group, and whatever they think, whatever they tell them, anafanya tu, anafuata blindly. I think we need to talk to such young people so that they may have independent mind, if I can call it.
In 2015-2016, I think there was another wave of banning schools. Nakumbuka?
Yes.
And I remember the Minister of Education then said, you ban and finish. You learn under trees. You are not going home.
Yes.
It stopped. You see, you have just discussed something we call in social psychology groupthink, where you lose yourself.
Yes.
You become de-individuated. Then it becomes us versus them. It is very common in our society.
Yes.
Niwaonyeshe tu mfano kwa siasa. Nasimama hapa, nasema sisi tumeamua ni K atakuwa rais. Sisi tumeamua.
Yes.
And I'm the one speaking. And I'm addressing you. And I'm informing you. Sisi tumeamua. And I'm including you. So that is social engineering to manipulate people so that they are de-individuated. It's no longer about I. So you start saying, sisi tunawachwa nyuma. Our neighbors wamechoma, kwani sisi hebu tutafute na sisi vile tutafanya, na sisi pia tuingie kwa news. But you see, katika miaka ya kukua, teens and adolescent, they are in post-teen. As Daktari said, the mind, the rational mind is still developing, but the emotional mind is fully developed. Remember, by that time you are trying to suppress ile utoto iko ndani yako. Unamuita mtoto. In psychology tunaita the id part of your brain. Ule mtoto anasemanga mla ni mla leo chelewa nini ngoja inaumiza matumbo. So you are very spontaneous, and there is a lot of fun in the spontaneity.
And impulsive as well.
Very impulsive. So what happens is this. Wakati unaacha kufikiria kama mimi, unaanza kufikiria kama sisi. Sababu you came from home individually came to the school. You found a group. When the season is over, utatoka hapo peke yako, utaenda peke yako.
Yes.
So hiyo ndio tunaweza kusema kwamba ndio ile challenge imekuwa kuachieve the rational aspect of the student to think about, okay, tunataka kuchoma, lakini darasa imetukosea nini? Domi imetukosea. Tunachoma nyumba yetu. Pale tunaishi. Mbona nyumbani ukikosana na mzazi ya uchomi nyumba? Unaona? Which means then ni muhimu sana kufikiria, mimi kweli na nikichoma watoto wangu watakaposikia nilichoma watapata picha gani? So unaona hapo unaanza kujifikiria wewe mwenyewe.
Yes.
Who do people say I am and what do you say? So what do the others say about this?
Yes.
And what do I say?
Once
it reaches there, then you will be able to make right decisions.
Wow. So it's not about impressing others, it's not about kile wengine watafikiria, but at the end of the day, it's about mimi. How does it benefit me? How will it affect me? All those things, when you take all those into consideration, then you'll be able to make an informed decision. Sawa sawa. Na wale ambao wanachoma mashule, wewe kama uko nyumbani unachoma shule, hiyo mambo ikome. We don't want to hear that again. Right? Thank you so very much. Now, do we have another question? Yes, we have a question right there.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Cornelius. So my question revolves around the campus life. So I had a buddy mwenye alianza vizuri taaluma yake, alikuwa amechangamka. Then all of a sudden after some first year, second year, kufika third year mwisho akasema, by the way, siko interested tena, I just feel I'm not interested again. Na kufikia hiyo time maisha yake ikaanza kuchange. Napata ni msee alikuwa anakaa kule mbele, kisha anaanza kurudi huku nyuma. Akifika kwa darasa anasema mwalimu akianza ku lecture yeye ana feel kulala. So akakuwa tu mtu ambaye unaona tu something is not okay. Then kufika mahali akasema, by the way, for now I don't really sijui kitu ambacho mimi nataka saizi. And kujaribu kumueleza, by the way, try consulting, akasema yeah, the problem hata nikienda kwa hiyo school counselor, the problem is that I don't know my problem. So it was during that time sasa ndio nilikuwa naona tu maybe ndio imsaidie, you just be around that guy, though not fully but ilikuwa partially inaokolea kidogo. Naanza kuona tu anasoma because it is a mandate, anaenda darasa kwa sababu inabidi aende. But deep within that guy kwa tunaona okay, vile tu alikuwa anaji-express ni kwamba no interest at all. Na ukimuuliza okay, if taaluma inakuchosha ama we feel kuifanya tena, what do you really want? But sasa yeye anasema sijui kila ambacho unataka. So maybe you can at least enlighten me on that, and also maybe kuna mtu pia ako kwa situation kama hiyo ambapo hajui kila ambacho anataka. Yeah.
Cornelius, hiyo yake that hiyo ni ingine, that's on another level.
Yeah.
And my question is that mental unwellness?
Very much so. That's actually mental unwellness. We call it disillusionment. Yeah. When you are disillusioned, then you develop cynicism. Inakuwa sasa sijui nataka aje. Kwa hivyo chochote kwetu tunasemanga tunasawazisha mambo yote. Iwe mbaya, iwe nzuri, come what may, I'm okay with it. And this is understandable. It is something that is very common among young people, because when you are growing up, you have big dreams. You have expectations in life. I've handled a few where someone says, this is what I expected, and this is not what I'm getting, so I don't know what I'm doing here. By the time you get to campus, you have your big dreams, and you are told you are the cream de la creme, and you go to class, and you had your expectations, and you find that what you are expecting you are not getting. It reaches a point where you get back to yourself and start asking, am I in the right place? Am I in the right path? What is my life all about? Now, the inner self, once it starts getting disconnected, what my dream is this, my reality is this, and it does not seem to make sense. That is where now the counseling comes in. He said that his buddy said that he was going to the counselors and he did not know what to say. When you come to us, the counselors, that is our work now to help you define your problem and develop self-awareness. Then from there, we can walk with you the path to self-actualization.
Right.
Because if you don't know your problem, then you can't know the possible solutions.
Yes.
But a guy called Carl Rogers said, wewe shida iko ndani yako na wewe ndio uko na shida. Kwa hivyo suluhisho ya hiyo shida iko ndani yako na wewe ndio uko na suluhisho. Sasa chenye unahitajika kufanya ni kutafuta mtu anaweza kukusaidia kujipata.
Okay.
A guy called Clifford Beers aliandika kitabu The Mind That Lost Itself. You know, unaambiwa you have lost your mind. Umeruka kichwa, umetupa mbao.
Yes.
Sasa ukitupa mbao, unahitaji mtu akusaidie kutafuta hizo mbao uzipate tena. Unaona? But if you don't have anybody, that's why Clifford said the mind that found him, because he lost his mind. There was nobody to assist him. And somehow he recovered. So the mind lost itself and found itself again. But now we have society. We have peer counselors. We have the university counselors. We have the religious service providers who are also quasi-professionals, and many of them are professionals. It's important to see them. They will help you define your problem. They will help you develop a pathway to your solution and work with you in it.
And maybe just to add to what Dr. is saying, you have to remember you're developing. And every stage of development, there's always like a crisis, so to speak. When you crossed over from childhood to adolescent, because a lot of changes have taken place, you know, hormones and all that, these changes. Now we know what's going on. And unless you have someone to help you understand, so you see it resolves that crisis in you. Alafu sasa, that's how you get into that. Now, when you move from now high school, you've gotten into, we call it emerging adulthood now, isn't it? So because you're not an adult, but you're not a child, right? So in that phase, here is where you're starting to think about issues of existence. You talked about existentialism. You're thinking about what career am I going to take? What role am I if it's a man? Who am I as a man? All these things are happening inside of you simultaneously. The career you've taken or what you're studying versus what you had in mind, you're seeing there's a conflict. So there's all these crises that are coming in. Every stage of development comes with crisis. And how you manage that crisis is what, you know, determines how your next phase will be. Quite like Dr. has said, it's important to consult. Always consult, please. Consult. You can never consult enough.
So consult, and once you're done consulting, consult. Right? After you're done consulting, you consult. I think your man is squeezy. There is a unit in most, I think, in many campuses, crisis management. Yeah, ndio tuweze, so that the society may be able to manage the crisis, because there are so many.
And they're inevitable. It's part of existence.
In fact, I think crisis was in a form to become the person that they should be.
Exactly.
Now, naona time yetu imeisha kabisa. As in time imeisha, kuisha kabisa. But then, before I release the doctor, si leo kwanza tufanye on a lighter note kidogo, si ndio? On a lighter note. By the way, sasa wacha kwanza tusahau ya mambo ya mental wellness, tuachane na hiyo kidogo. Nataka kuuliza just a question kadogo tu. Like, now this is on a lighter note. What was your most depressing moment, maybe in life, ama kakitu kaliwahi kukufanyikia katika maisha, and possibly labda hujaiambia mtu, ama uli take time, enough time before uambie mtu, and possibly it shaped maybe your behavior, ama kitu fulani hivi, kakitu tu kalifanyika, lakini nakakuwa kakitu desirable when you were young, possibly. Yes, what was that?
Oh, I did not see this one coming.
Ladies first.
Oh, goodness. That I saw coming.
Yes.
I think for me growing up, I was around the age of 7 years then. I was, can I say, I'm left-handed. And my left-handed, because the other children, left-handedness is not a common thing. So the other children used to mock me and to, shame me and to make me feel like it's like I'm what? Handicapped. In fact,
like a disability.
A disability. In fact, it has to be called kioje. Something of that sort, right? I'm a child. I don't even understand that. So for me, I think because of that element, you see, because to me it became like it's a shortcoming. It's something that is so to overcompensate for that. Of course, I have to be good at other things so that it can. To me, because I think to mask this, so people, the first thing you notice,
so that they stop noticing the disability.
The disability.
Yes,
exactly.
we shall look for those people one day.
When I was in primary school,
yes,
I was very bright, and many people did not like them because we were very bright but very poor. And so my friends, when I beat them academically, they start telling me, even if you pass, you'll not go anywhere. And incidentally, some of the teachers also used to propagate the same narrative. You are rude. I was introverted, very introverted.
Yes.
You are rude, because I'm not talking a lot. You are rude, because you are very bright, you not amount to anything. Then one time I remember one of my teachers, class 8, came to class. We had the assignment. I had done my assignment and started asking about the assignment. And I was quiet because for me, I done my thing. And for almost the whole of the lesson, that teacher took time to really bomb me, You will be the one who is digging trenches here, kibarua, utakuwa unatembea huku tunaonekana ndesh. That teacher spoke all manner of negative things. It was my breaking point. I said, there is no need to continue schooling. Do you know, I dropped out of school in class 8. Until after around 3 months, one of the teachers came again, looked for me, said, you are a very bright person. You have a very bright future. I know we have not been very kind to you, but I want to tell you, you have 2 people in you. There is a very pleasant person in you and another one who is just nasty. And it's because of the environment. Now, don't waste your life. It's better, although it's okay, when hakuna kitu ya kulipia school fees. Afadhali you do your part and blame God and the fate for your failure than not doing your part and blame yourself for the rest of your life for never trying. So he told me, come back to school. And that changed my outlook to life up to today. I went back to school, stood in class, said, you guys, you are not there when I was born. Now you are too late to bring me opinions. That's why I started by saying that you are not a product of people's opinions. From there up to today, whatever you tell me, I tell myself the opposite if it's negative. You tell me you are a failure, I go and say, God, you created me in your image. Are you a failure? I can't be a failure.
Wow. That was just beautiful. Just beautiful. And I love tonight's episode. Kwa sababu usiku wa leo tumefunguliwa macho. And let me tell you something. If you be a failure, it is all up to you. Kwa sababu tumefundishwa. Now, until next time, this is the Quench, where you ask and we answer.
The Quench, where you ask, we answer.